Hello, and welcome to Art Today. My name is Scott Balcom, and I have all of my art tools in front of me. Are you ready? Me too. Let's play that intro in about 6 seconds because I'm a little off today. You know, almost no one catches the beginning of this, so that probably is a lot more funnier for me than it is for you. But hey, welcome. What's up, everybody? Scott Balcom here with Imagination Creation Films. And yeah, it's been a minute, hasn't it? It has. Yeah, I can't explain that. Oh, I probably could, but you're probably tired of hearing it. Welcome to a Thursday live stream. Why Thursday, you might ask? Well, Fridays are going to become very difficult for me in the next 6 weeks for various reasons, but mostly work. Hello, Bill, how are you? Olaf from the ACC Women's Basketball Tournament. Video looks good. Well, thank you. You know what? Today, it's another edition of Guess the Camera. That's right. It's a different camera than the normal. So what camera do you think it is? Put your guess down there below. If you guess it right, well, you'll win, why, this colored pencil. Or this one. You won't win. You'll win my humble thanks for guessing it right. Hey, Kevin, how are you? It's a good day. I've got all my art supplies all lined out, and Bill, you were probably the only one that caught the intro. Everybody will have to go back and catch the intro because, yeah, that. But yeah, it's been a while. Fridays and the weekends are going to be slammed for me. As you know, last year I do an event every weekend. Well, I actually shoot commercials for a Renaissance fair every weekend. So it's a job, you know. I also rather enjoy that. If you're out in the neck of the woods here in Austin and you want to go to a cool Renaissance fair, Sherwood Forest is a fantastic fair to go to. I highly recommend it. It is actually a lot of fun. It's nearby my house, and I just love the people. And it was kind of great to be able to create that synergy working with them. So I'm doing that again this year. So my weekends for the next 6 weeks are basically filled with that. That's why I'm live streaming on Thursdays, not Fridays. The reason I haven't put out any videos, well, honestly, I've been in a horrible, horrible creative slump. I mean, really bad. And excuse me, I don't have the virus, so don't panic. If you have suggestions on how to bust out of that creative slump, put them down there. Let's talk about this because it's been real. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in my life. I mean, it's nothing to worry about. Don't read into that too much. But it's been a load of stress on the wife and I. We're fine. Don't read into that. The family, everybody's healthy. Everybody's good. There's just some other stresses that have happened that have put a kind of a burden on my shoulders, and I'm really good about sloughing that stuff off. So I mean, overall, my attitude is positive, and I feel pretty good in life. But the first thing that seems to have suffered is my creativity, and I have a lot of good ideas, and I've been writing them down like crazy in my notebook, just jotting down just various ideas that come up, but when it comes down to actually shooting them, that's when I kind of fall off. I kind of like I've got to get rid of these. These are too much on my desk. The creative slump really kind of like takes over and kind of, I don't know, infects my life, I guess, so to speak. And so I don't follow through with my creativity. I'm still thinking it, but just not doing it. It's kind of weird. Other topics, so yeah, let's talk about how to get out of the creative slumps on your ways of doing it. I could tell you the ways I'm trying. I don't know that it'll help. Also, yep, I am going to partake upon one of my favorite things. I'm not going to make it a feature. That way I won't be demonetized. It'll just be, stuff in the background. So another topic is this this virus that's going around. And I don't want to talk about specifically the virus because this is not a conspiracy theory or anything like that. What I want to talk about is how is it impacting you? Or has it? Is it even impacting you at all? It has personally impacted me already. I have lost 2 large shoots because of it. And these were shoots that I was counting on. I mean, it's life, I get it. But I was counting on it to make my revenue for the next 2 months. With South by Southwest all up in the air, I mean, they're going through with it, but a lot of big vendors have pulled out and sponsors. And I was hired to do one of those big sponsors. They, out of an abundance of caution, they pulled out. It's not, I don't blame them. It's no one's fault, but it has affected me financially and, with work. So I'm very fortunate to have my weekend job that I'm doing, which is all creative and commercial, and I do enjoy that. And I also do have another shoot next week. It's a high-speed shoot. It'll be fun. I can't really talk about it. As you know, commercials are kind of that way, but it's fun. I still have that. That has been confirmed. I'm very thankful for that team. It's going to be an amazing commercial. I can't wait. And I'm just AC swinging on that one, not opping, but a good friend of mine is, and yeah, it's going to be great. He's DPing. So let's see here. Hey, David, how are you, buddy? Komodo, yeah, Komodo's coming. So we'll talk about some Komodo. Bill said, LOL, just came in for halftime, but I've got enough in the first half that I don't have to go back out for the second half. That's funny. What if they go through major changes? I mean, that's really interesting. Also, I want to share a story in here. I was going to do a video on it because it was kind of interesting, and it also highlights the importance of journaling, and we'll talk about that here in a minute too. Not sure what it will do regarding media. We do have that there. Yeah, it is interesting for sure. And we'll see about this live stream on Thursday because it's at 2 o'clock, not 4 o'clock. It's not on Friday. We'll see. I mean, I could go earlier in the day. I just wanted to play around. I didn't want to go that late in the day because, a lot of people on the East Coast, they're eating and all that good stuff. Let's see here. Do y'all journal? How many of y'all actually journal or just make notes in general? Because I don't. I'm really, really bad at it, and I've been trying more and more and more to actually do it. Let me just go ahead and partake upon this. And the reason I think it's silly is, I don't know, I never want to spend the time to write that stuff down. But there's a story in here that I wrote. There's actually several stories in here that I wrote. One of them I actually remember now I was going to turn into a little short film because I thought it was so odd. The other one, just an interesting little story and a little kind of like self-awareness that I came to that I would not have remembered at all had I not written it down, because I found it yesterday and I was totally shocked that I'd forgotten about that, because it was a good story and it's an inspirational story. It's a very short story. Very nice, very nice. This is an Alec Bradley, by the way. Okay, so I'm just doing that for atmosphere. I don't like breathing in smoke, by the way. I usually direct it right towards the vent fan. Okay, so let's see here. Bill says he does journal. Gerald says, hello all. Hello, Gerald. David says, I write everything down just in case something goes south. Military tactics, logs, and paper trail. That's really good, dude. I need to learn from you, clearly. Let me share this little story real quick. Um, I'm going to paraphrase it because you don't want me to just read to you. So this was back, this was August 5th of no, 2 years ago when I did it was also the kickoff of my full time, by the way, but when I was on my large adventure. And I had I was up in Lubbock, and I was doing a shoot up there the next morning. So I arrived early, and I was sleeping in a Walmart parking lot, which is what I would do in the van. And it was August, and it was kind of warm, and I wasn't feeling like super cool. So it was 10 o'clock at night. I thought, you know what? I'll just go do my grocery shopping because I was going to do the shoot in the morning. And then immediately from there, I was going to leave off to New Mexico. So I went in at 10 o'clock at night. Well, if you've ever been in a Walmart at 10 o'clock at night, you know it is a hodgepodge of hilarity. We'll just say it that way. So I gathered my groceries that I was going to need, and I was in line. And of course, being Walmart, they had 4 self-checkout lanes, which doesn't work if you have any produce. And then they had 1 open lane. And behind this open lane was this little old lady. And there's no other way to describe it. She was a very elderly woman. Maybe, I don't know, very elderly, but she was definitely in a retirement, and she was working as a checkout. And she was scanning things like this. You can get the idea. And I was like, oh God, the person in front of me actually has like 100 items in their basket. I have like 40. And then the people behind me, there was like 12 people behind me. So I turned and joked to the person behind me. I said, the cashier of the year is likely to not go to her this year. So that record is safe tonight. That was my joke. They laughed. The people behind me laughed. It was just a generic statement. It was kind of mean, but not intended to be mean. It was just, me being funny. And we talked a little bit back and forth back there, and it was all fun. And then it just hit me. It just hit me as I'm laughing. I'm looking at her, and she's just checking out. And I'm thinking, there's something here that's important. She's retired. She clearly, I don't know financially if she could, but it doesn't matter financially. She clearly could be sitting at home on Social Security or whatever, retirement. But she's not. She's out working. She's doing something. She's keeping busy. And to me, that is so much more important than sitting around, because it's something that happens to me when I'm here and I'm all by myself and I have nobody that I'm interacting with. I tend to kind of veg in my little world. So I go sit in my computer and I do the task that I need to do, but then I don't really get the 70 other things happening. And I'm not getting interaction, and I'm not doing a lot of stuff. And that, it kind of struck me. She's actually a role model. And I'm making fun in jest. I'm making fun of her doing things slowly. It doesn't matter her speed. She's out there staying active. And as anybody of any age, the more you kind of contain yourself and recluse, be more of a recluse in the corner, the less active you are, the less you're going to have a desire and a will to branch out, do things, be creative, do exciting things, cancel or conquer those projects, et cetera, et cetera. So we can actually learn, and I did, and I wrote it down, because in my comedy, which is my step 1 of my life, I actually learned something. And I've always repeated that you can learn at least one thing from every person that you meet. This woman I vaguely met her, but she changed my life in many ways. And I wrote it down. And I now have a memory of that I can now remember. And now I'm holding it much closer inside because I found my journal and I read that. And that is why I say journaling is actually kind of cool, even though I don't do it that much. So let's see. David, you're enjoying Avid, I see. I'm so glad. David, do you need a copy? Do you have a copy of Avid? Well, my wife did. She wins everything. NAB, like 4 or 5 years ago, she won a license of Avid Media Composer. And it was just a card, and really what it is a subscription. Oh, I found it the other day, and I was like, oh, I completely forgot about this. And so I was like, you know what? I could use Pro Tools more than I could use Avid. So I thought, wonder if this was good for any of Avid's products. So I went and registered it, and it's actually only good for Avid. I'm not going to use it. There's approximately 11 months left of it. So David, if you want, I'll get you that information. I'll have to figure out how to transfer it, or I'll just change the information and just let you log in and use it. I'm happy to do that for you, dude, because I know you're avidly learning. Comedy. But yeah, if you want that, just let me know. Let's see. Bill says, inspiration can come from people who may never know they were inspired. This is true. And I don't remember her name. I didn't write it down. And I honestly probably didn't write it down specifically because I didn't want to just call her out. Optimistically cynical. Nice name. 1 year ago, stream. Well, that's not good. Southern Nights. David says, definitely. All right, dude. I will hit me up. Nice joke there. Hit me up in the private message, dude, and I will happily get that to you. What is in the orange drink? Well, hello, Ray Rushing. I don't think you've ever been on the live stream, have you? Good to see you, man. Those who know me on my live stream know that is strawberry pineapple. It is not an adult beverage. It is just my hydration form. It's one of those like Mio squirts things. And I do that. It's a little too golden with ice to be anything other than that. Ray says it's been a while. It has. I'm trying to think of when the last time I saw you was at NAB, maybe 2 years ago. I'm trying to remember. I get really bad if we don't interact continuously. I tend to forget. So let's see here. And I was really concerned too when I first fired up my live stream. Oh, I can actually stop that. I was playing it back. When I first fired up my live stream, it dropped 95% of the frames, and I thought, oh God, oh no. And I was having, oh yeah, don't forget, all of you. I'm just snapping and pointing at you. It's Guess the Camera today. It's a new episode. It's a new camera. It's not mine, but it's a new camera. Do you like the look? Full review on it is coming soon. But guess that camera. Just look at the look. It has a look to it. It's a nice look. Ollie says, what's up, Scott? Long time, my friend. Hope you're good. I am well. I'm feeling well. I was talking about earlier, been kind of in a big creative slump, and we'll definitely talk about that. Oh, yes, Masters of Motion year before last. Yes, thank you, Ray. Hoping to be in Philly this summer. I'm going to try. I don't know financially if I can pull it off. I will do my best. really will, because I do love. And did y'all know that? John has been posting about the new Philadelphia Masters of Motion, and some idiot, and I say idiot because this is just mean, has been flagging all those posts as spam. So Facebook has been taking them down. And I share those because I think it's awesome. And then they flagged my post. So I went ahead and appealed to Facebook and told them there's nothing spam about this. Nothing at all. So we will see what happens with that. But Masters of Motion in June in Philadelphia. So you East Coasters, there's a new place for that. It's going to be awesome. Ray says FX9. That's a good guess. Does it look like an FX9? It's interesting. Bill says, thank God you didn't film yourself with the probe lens like for colonoscopy. You know, I will be honest, in my comedious self, I kind of wonder in the adult industry if that lens has ever been used. I'm not going any further than that, but yeah. So Ali says, it looks like NAB most likely will not happen. The one you're actually planning to go. I don't think that's true, Ali. I think it's going to happen. And to be quite honest, unless like the world falls apart, I'm going to be there whether they have it or not. Everything I have is booked. It's paid for, so I'm going. Because to me, there's still a lot of people that I know that are absolutely going. And it's going to be in a major hangout. It's going to be awesome. I love it. There are a lot of people pulling out of NAB, and I get their fear. And, you know, as a company, they have to be super cautious because you can't force someone to go to a potentially dangerous thing and, you know, cause risk to them. That's opening them up for, you know, legal hassles. I get it. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be that big of a concern. I think NAB will continue to happen. That being said, I did start a discussion on Facebook. Feel free to join in on that, as well as we can discuss it here. There goes my nose, cigar nose. That I feel like NAB is losing their way by not keeping up with the times. And what I mean by that is I find more and more, originally I used to go there for the gear. Now I go there for about 50% gear, 50% interactions, social interactions, and networking. And I believe that's still the way it is for me today. I believe NAB is still viable. I think it's still important because here in Austin, we don't always get to see all the gear. It's not always here. So it's nice to be able to go there and check stuff out. But the networking is important. What I don't like is how they run NAB. And I really feel like they need to revamp it greatly and have, and we were talking about this on the thread, and a lot of these ideas come from that as well. They need to incorporate massive good speakers and incorporate the YouTubers and the filmmakers out there, because NAB was 100% broadcasting and it's not anymore. It's half and half. So I think they need to have speakers and halls in the main halls so that you don't have to go run off down the massive hallways to go find some speaker at 2:00. I feel that NAB is about, it's been about separating people, and they need to take in that social interaction part of it. And I really feel like they need to, like, maybe start doing events. Like, everybody goes to these after parties. Why doesn't NAB go ahead and just put on a couple of after parties? You know, get some sponsors and you know, you can attend one or you can attend two or, you know, that kind of thing, and go to one every night. Maybe you don't have to give, you know, free drinks, or maybe you get two or something, but put on tons of those and get sponsors and make them open and get that social interaction going. I really think that would be beneficial. I don't know. We'll see. David says something really cruel and mean for him to say such a thing, knowing that I live in the country where internet is, well, it's like water. You have to have it, and you can't get much of it. Well, I can get plenty of it, actually. David says, just switch from AT&T fiber to Comcast fiber. 1 gig up, 1 gig down with AT&T compared to the 15 meg up. 1 gig down, nice. So you have 1 gig upload on AT&T? My God. Perhaps the last Kingsman movie it was used. Oh, yeah, that's good. That was a funny laugh for me. That's not my normal laugh. That was almost a Seth Rogen like merged. David says, also $70 a month compared to $300. Do you have any data caps? Because AT&T is really good about that. I know Comcast was too. I pay $160 a month for about 4 up and 10 down. My provider is actually really good. I actually do like them a lot. They've been very helpful for me. They know what I do, and they help as best they can. They know my livelihood depends on having the internet out here, and they actually care. So I will give props to them. But that's the most they can do. I have to pay a lot to get that, and it is the best that I can get out here. But the beauty is there's no data caps. Oh yeah, the other job that I have, editing a bunch of videos for NAB. I have just downloaded 320 gigs of data. I just ingested another 320 gigs that I'm now slowly uploading that over the next 2 weeks. But yeah. Bill says, are you going to come back through North Carolina? Someday I will. Ollie says, yeah, for everyone's sake, I hope it goes ahead and everyone is safe. Yeah, I think here in the next 2 weeks, we will know a whole lot more about this outbreak than we know now. I know the U.S. was basically ill-prepared with tests and such, but they have now got that under control. And next week, I think there's going to be a plethora of those given out. So I think we're going to know a whole lot more. Gerald says 80 up, 50 down. Good grief. I would love that, dude. Man, I could stream. And let's see here. So what is all this going on in everyone's world? So the topics today are, what camera is this? Ooh, I should point with 2 fingers. What camera is this? Secondly, do you journal? And do you find journaling necessary and useful? Thirdly, what do you do to get out of a creative rut? Wow, I got this weird eyebrow twitch. Fourth, is this virus affecting you in your area with work, so to speak? And let's see, is there a fifth one? There should be a fifth one. What do you think of the Thursday time slot? I could go for this. I could also do it at 1 o'clock. It might be more fun. Also, look at this slender self. La! I like showing off. You know what? I don't get to show this off very. There's not much to show off. Don't get me wrong. But I am now 2 pounds away from my lowest I have been in like 25 years. I'm pretty sure, yes, 25 years. So just 2 pounds. Now it's going to go up this weekend, unfortunately, but it'll come back down by next Thursday. I think I might actually meet my record. 25 years in a week. Tyler says, long time, no chat. We were just chatting. I have lost 53 pounds, eating delicious food on this wonderful diet. No, I hope you all don't mind my food postings. The reason I post the food pictures is I want people to understand that keto, for those who want to lose weight, that there's actually some delicious stuff you can eat and make on there, especially desserts. Anybody with a sweet tooth like me, the desserts are flat out amazing that you can do. So yeah, that's why I do. Also, I might bring back some vlogging to this channel as well as the other one. I actually have shot several, but I just never finished them because creative rut. So I have like 2 openings right now. I could just post those and then it'd just end. And the reason, I was actually inspired a little bit last night. So Gene from Potato Jet, he's got his second channel and he wanted to vlog for 24 hours straight. If you haven't watched it, I mean, it's kind of funny. I watched several hours and I actually fast forwarded through a lot of it. But what it told me was what I don't think is interesting might be interesting for other people. So I think I'm going to do a little more of the creative, not just daily stuff, not just my life, more centered around creativity. Hopefully that will help me be more creative. Any more guesses on this camera? David says, 1 terabyte data cap unless I add $30 for DirecTV. I don't watch TV, so my home is digital to-do list. Nice. I don't watch a lot of TV, honestly. I almost look lanky, says Bill. Tyler says, congrats, sir. Well, thank you very much. Ray Rushing says, I started keto this week. What was the hardest thing starting out? The hardest thing was honestly giving up Mexican food, which, I found it again. I can do Mexican food. Yay. We've now found low carb tortillas. Thank you, HEB. Hardest thing starting out with keto is really getting the ingredients. So you need to buy a bunch of ingredients out there, almond flour, the coconut flour, and the erythritols, the different sugars. You buy all that stuff, just go buy it in large bulk, and you're going to use it throughout your journey. And you don't have to use a lot of it, but it's in every recipe. Also cheeses. Once you start discovering eating, follow some other people's recipes and starting to eat the way that they make things, you can simulate a lot of things. And it's not, true simulation, but like you can make bread with cheese and some almond flour. It's kind of amazing. And so once you start realizing how to substitute stuff, like rice, you can't have rice. It's too much of carbs. But you can have riced cauliflower, which when you prepare it like rice, it's kind of just like rice. Rice is really just a flavor soaker, so it doesn't really matter. So when do that and learn that stuff, it's really amazing. Kayumov? Am I saying Kayumov? Koyomov? I don't know how to pronounce that. Help me out there. Any news on DSMC 3 coming in 2020? Supposedly on NAB, but now NAB is under, will be showed online. Okay, just 1 second. So, Red does not release any cameras at NAB. They don't. They go to NAB. Actually, yeah, they go to NAB, but they don't have they have a presence, but they don't have a booth anymore. They're done with NAB, but they are definitely there spreading their word, and they're usually kind of hidden in the back. So they're not releasing DSMC 3 at NAB. They may not even release it at Cinegear. It's not coming this 2020. My speculation, and this is only speculation. Formerly, I understood that DSMC 3 would be late this year. My guess, with everything going on in supply chain issues, that they'll probably push it to 2021. And the reason being is that everybody else is going to have to as well. So there's all these cameras that were coming out, even at like Canon. Canon had that amazing mirrorless RS that's supposed to come out shooting 8K. But supply chain, they're shutting down their factories. So I don't think that's coming until late this year. So news on DSMC3. What I can tell you is it's better. Definitely better. And what's coming is rather amazing. Now, I only have inklings through various friends and acquaintances and such of what's coming. More is coming. More. So my guess is early 2021 for DSMC3. Kevin Kelly says, breaking out of a creative rut, get out of town. This is true. This is true. And that really does help me, honestly. Okay, let me ask this question. Because there's quite a few of you right now, and you guys can tell me. So I will be shooting the weekend at the Renaissance Fair and I'll be running the red all the way around everywhere. Would a vlog of that stuff that I'm doing, so it would literally be me chatting every once in a while and my wife probably getting a bunch of shots, probably using this little guy right here, the DJI Osmo Action. Would a vlog of that kind of stuff be interesting? Would you want to see that on the channel? Because I'm pretty sure I could do that. And probably if you guys actually want to see it, I probably would be more like inclined to do it. I mean, I really should just do what I want to do, but I really care. I do. Ray Rushing says, I typically make my own tortillas and I really miss them. Oh, I agree. If you can find the low carb tortillas, they're out there. And they're not bad at all. They're really not. We found them as low as 4 carbs a tortilla. So honestly, I'm doing 30 carbs a day is approximately what we're doing. You can have 2 of those tortillas for dinner and it's perfectly fine. Mexican rice, make it with riced cauliflower. Oh, so good. I made a cauliflower potato salad. That I think that would be too much cauliflower. Hope weather sealing is part of DSMC3. I don't know. DSMC3 is actually pretty weather sealed. I don't know if you know that or not, but the air intakes, those are isolated from the body in there. So there are actually some seals. Now, it's not waterproof, but you can splash that sucker and it's not going to cause, there's always a chance, but it's more weather resistant than you believe. Kyomov, I'm sorry, I'm butchering that name. Will DSMC2 stay with Monstro or will a bigger sensor be released? Define bigger. I think as far as sensor physical size, I don't think we're going to see anything bigger. I think full frame or that area, VistaVision, there's probably going to be some that come out, some medium format stuff, but I don't think that is going to be DSMC3. I do believe that Monstro is going to play a huge part, and technology of Monstro, because Monstro is a fantastic sensor. That sensor is amazing. Kayamov, where do I know you? Have I ever met you? I'm always interested in people on my channel. So where are you from? Where do you shoot? Where are you out of? All that good stuff. Ollie says, yes, vlog it. Interesting. The camera is a secret Komodo. Yeah, drop it. All right, cool. Gerald says, I would want to see that kind of vlog if you maybe talk about some of the challenges You had shooting with the cinema cam, an environment like that. Yeah, so I'll tell you right now, and I can certainly talk about it on the vlog as I experience them. So, come on. Really? Is this what we're doing? I don't approve of this. So, with it being a Renaissance fair, they're very big on being period in in their presentations. So all stores kind of they have to hide like their cash register, so it's behind a wooden box, and they magically swipe the Masters of Card and the the Earl of Visa, that kind of stuff. So what everybody has to do, because they don't really get electricity, some of them get electricity, some of them do not. So they're running like LED lights to light their shops and such. A lot of these people are using really cheap LEDs. Now, I believe we've talked about the difference between cheap LEDs and expensive LEDs, not just in color rendering, but in the way that they are used, the electrical design of them. So there is what's called a full wave and a half wave LED. As you know, a cycle is up and down, and that is a sine wave of a cycle. So a full wave LED lights both cycles, ups and downs, positive and negative, and it lights. It is lit on both halves. A half wave only hits the top. Now what happens is when you hit just the top, there's a down wave, there's no light. Hits the top, light, down wave, no light. You get a flicker. So when you use a cheap LED, and these cheap LEDs are the ones on Amazon, they are half wave. So they flicker. And they flicker at whatever frequency they're provided. Now some of these are kind of odd. They don't actually, they're not 60 hertz, they're 50 hertz. So I have a difficult time, and I have to constantly adjust. Anytime I go into someone's shop, I'll just ask them, can you just kill those lights for temporarily and let me shoot that? Which then makes it dark, which means I'm shooting the Dragon at ISO 2500, 3200, which I've done many, many, many times. And with good noise reduction, it's very passable. I love the Dragon. Yeah, that's definitely a challenge with that. I always feel a little creepy shooting like people, but they are full media like housed event. So when you walk in, you understand that your likeness can be taken. You're in a public place. They can use you in a commercial, that kind of stuff. So by buying the ticket, that's what you agree. So I'm covered as far as all that's concerned. But I just feel a little creepy. I had a great shot of this little girl. She was probably 7, and she was having her face painted. And it's in one of their commercials. It's a great shot. I love it. And it's just, the background's blurred, and you just see this little kid just getting her face painted, and it's so cute and adorable. The shot is amazing. Me standing there about 8 feet from her and zoomed in on her face with the camera, it's as creepy gets. And, being a dad, it's been one of those things that I always am self-conscious about. And I just, I would feel creeped out if someone was doing that to my daughters, that kind of thing. But, it's no harm, no foul. And I've never really had a problem. My biggest problem is people that want to go, oh, Hank did, whatever, dude, that kind of thing. And I was shooting one last weekend. It was a beer tasting. And every time I'd get to this one, this guy was very animated and active, and I really wanted to get him tasting this beer. But every time I'd point the camera at him, he's like, whoa, that kind of thing. And so I casually just mentioned to him, I was like, hey, just by the way, anytime you acknowledge the camera, the editor will throw your clip on the floor. I said, I'm just letting you know. And we laughed about it, and then he never did it again. It was kind of cool because I got the shot. Kayumov, and please correct me if I'm saying it. Kayumov, is that the right name? Russia, DP, nice. That's cool. What kind of stuff do you shoot? Ollie says, I wish, oh wait, David says, also just rented the Laowa probe. I'm playing with this thing tonight. Sweet. You know, you might want to play with it during the day because you're going to need that sun, I'm telling you. Ollie says, I wish Red would design a monitor that when attached can be folded away flush with the body. I am not in disagreement with you there. It has been my biggest, no, it's not my biggest. I mean, it's just one of my design flaws that I don't like about the Red. You know, they tell you do not travel with the monitor folded because it will break and you're done. So I put like foam on the bottom of it and foam kind of on the top when I can, because I don't want to constantly attach and detach. That would be cool if they designed that. That's more of a Black Magic design, and you know, I don't know why Red can't do that. They certainly could come up with a design that would clamshell nicely. That would be cool. Now, I don't like to, I'm not blowing what I've got. Oh, that's why. That's why. Hold on one second. Let me fix this. That's why. So I have let's get that going. There we go. So I have a fan because we have to heat in here with little space heaters. And you'll probably hear a little more noise. I apologize for that. But that fan was blowing through the little radiant heater, which kind of circulates the heat around the room. Well, that fan is blowing anti the direction I'm blowing. So it's blowing back in my face. So let's see. Let's just get some more atmosphere in here. There we go. It's getting out of my face now, which is good. Okay. Very good. So any other guesses on the camera? I'm not saying it hasn't already been guessed, but also take another guess. Look at the look. The look should feel a little familiar. Let's see here. Square waves. So square waves, it's not square waves. So square waves is a modified sine wave, and that is done when you invert from DC to AC. Doing a modified sine wave, which is basically a square wave or a stepped square, is done because it's super cheap. Building an actual oscillator into the frequency is more expensive. In this case, the LEDs are actually coming from AC, and then they are using conversions to get it to DC. When they're doing the conversions, which to do a conversion, by the way, from AC to DC, it's 2 diodes. That's it. That's how you get it. But in their step downs and everything, they are getting them to really cheap stuff, and then they half wave LEDs, and you get it. Square waves would absolutely provide flicker. Absolutely provide flicker. Ollie says, when I use the Scarlet W, the monitor would fold almost flush with the smaller top plate, and it was a huge time saver. Yeah. I'm assuming you're using the 5-inch. I despise with a passion the 5-inch. It is such a horrible monitor in my mind. I can't pull focus with it. I'm old, so give me that. I mean, but pulling 6K focus on a 720p monitor, that's not good. Fuji, yes, Fuji. Very nice. All right, let's do some guesses. Everybody throw your guess in there, and then I'm going to disclose what it is in 5 minutes, but only after each one of you puts your final guess in the camera. It's not a Fuji, but that's a good guess. Ooh. Okay. Sorry, I've got two shoots going on that I'm getting some logistics worked out. So every time those come in, I gotta pay attention. All right, put your guesses in. Put your guesses in. A7R4. That's a good guess, but I was. Let's see. Kayumov is correct. Good. Okay, so I guess after DSMC 3 released, DSMC 2 Monstro price will drop, taking rest of cameras to bottom. I don't know. I don't think so. I know that the development in Monstro was a lot. And Tyler is narrowing it down. The Monstro development cost was a lot. And the cost to produce the chips are a lot. I don't think, I'm sure that there will be a price drop at some point, but I do not believe that the bottom is going to fall out on these cameras. Because quite honestly, I mean, there's a lot of people getting rid of their cameras, and I don't know why. I think the Scarlett W, I think, is getting a little long in the tooth, not because of the sensor. I think the sensor is fantastic. I just think that upgrading it to the Dragon X 6K, I think, is the best move anybody could make with one. Gemini, I like the Gemini, but it's still, I think today, I'd rather have a 6K camera than Dragon than the low light of Gemini. And that's tough, because, I mean, if I was underwater, I'd probably be on Gemini. Monstro is huge. Helium is still pretty. It's still pretty. GoPro 8, no, it's not a GoPro 8. Canon EOS R, no, but good guess. Tyler now says, oh, G7, not a G7. GH5, not a GH5. Kevin says Zcam, not a Zcam. It's been out for like 2 years. No, not even 2 years. It's not been out in 2 years. Tyler says, I would be super interested in a Scarlett W upgraded to 6K. Oh yeah. Because the Dragon X, which is what that is. The Dragon X, oh, I see what you're saying. No, you want the Dragon X is that. But you get all the horsepower, you get all the frame rates. And I tell you, man, the one thing shooting, when I was shooting the probe lens, they have a mode called frame averaging and frame summing in the Red, which basically means it's shooting 2 or 3 or 4 frames and summing those and creating a good frame with either lower noise or higher sensitivity. Now, it's not perfect, but it does allow you to gather more light. And where the Dragon X comes in is I can now shoot at like where I'm trying to go 23.98, I can shoot at 72 with frame averaging, frame summing. One of those is better than the other. I have to remember which one it is. And I get a lower noise 23.98. It's kind of amazing. Let's see here. Kayumov says C200, not a C200. Ali says A73, not an A73. All right, here we go. I'm gonna give 10 seconds to see if any more just pop in. But I've been having a lot of fun, and I actually spent all last weekend with this camera, shooting with it in the real world. And it's wait a minute. I know I pulled something out for this. I feel like, what did I? I thought I, for sure, maybe I, yeah, I just disappeared, don't I? That's how you run a vlog or a live stream. You just disappear. There it is. Ha 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 ha. I have actually been a fan of this camera for quite a while. when it was first announced, and I was there when it was first announced and shown at Cinegear. And it Polaroid, yes, it has a lot of cool features. It has some quirks too, and when I do my review, you'll see that. But yeah, I think the image is quite nice. The Panasonic EVA-1. This is the towel they gave when they announced the EVA-1 at did I drop? No, that was weird. At Cinegear 2 years ago. So yeah, that's the EVA-1. It is a dual native ISO. It's 800 and 2500. And it's not bad. It was kind of interesting because when I was shooting with it, I was shooting a native ISO 2500 with a bump to 3200 because I was indoors in low light, and I thought what I was seeing on the screen was noise. And when I got back to the editing machine, it was not noise. It was very clean. It was very nice. Now there's some cool things and some bad things. You do get the real Vlog, not Vlog Lite. You do get a little more dynamic range than a GH5, but it does have a very GH5-ish image. I think this should look familiar when I had the GH5. And the dynamic range does show up. It is cleaner. It has a plethora of connection options on the back. I mean, just a ton. And it does shoot to SD cards. That's kind of nice. Now, it will shoot RAW out the SDI. It will not shoot internal, which I wish they could figure out. Because I was super hopeful that they would, but it doesn't. Because it can shoot 5.7K RAW, 60 frames a second, I believe, out SDI. Internally, you're at 4K, 8-bit, 60 frames a second. But I was shooting in 24, 10-bit, and it was really nice. Let's see. The screen on this thing is miserable. Miserable. I mean, it's tiny, and it's really hard to pull focus. And I'm using my cheaters. It is miserable. Yeah. So we'll be doing a full review. Yes, you were very close, Tyler. Very close. Kayamov says Orion's 3 lenses in a set works for you, or need more. The A set would work for me. Well, I also like the B set. But yes, 3, if you look at a lot of anamorphic shoots, they typically do those with just 3 lenses. It's kind of interesting. They may have the full set, but they always tend to go for a particular set. I am patiently waiting for the opportunity to shoot with the Orions here. I have shot with them before, and they are very cool, but not here. Not me. I was shooting something else. I was also the very first person to shoot on their Orion 25 millimeter anamorphic ultra wide on Monstro. I was the very first person to shoot that. There's video of that somewhere. I mean, I have it all. Tyler says, yeah, the LCD is very close to the FS5, which is equally frustrating. Yeah, I don't know what the resolution is on it, but it's like 480. And then the menus at the bottom, you can't even read them. It's not even possible. Now, the other quirky thing about this camera is how it's laid out. I think the buttons are illogical. I mean, overall, my opinion is I think it's a fantastic camera. I really do. I think it's one of the most underrated cameras out there. And having played with it before, that was my feeling. Having shot with it many times now, I can tell you that it is absolutely true. It is a very underrated camera. It is a great camera, and the price is really good now. David says EVA1. EVA1 will probably be my next camera unless Komodo is on low end of projected price range. Yeah, Kevin, it's going to be tough because the supply chain is definitely messing with everybody. So we'll have to see. EVA1 is a very nice camera. I wonder, yeah, I don't know. I would almost wonder if there's going to be an EVA2. I think if you had an EVA1 and a external, like an Atomos Ninja, where you could record the 5.7K RAW out of it, I think I would be quite confident with that camera lasting at least 3 years with good use. I mean, it's a projection, who knows? But I mean, 5.7K is a lot of resolution. RAW is great. It is also very compact and run and gun. It's very lightweight. Yeah, so I don't have a problem recommending that camera. But in my review, we'll go into deep dives into it. Well, I've got to shoot that one soon. I don't have this camera forever, so let's see here. Anyway, Kayamov, welcome. I don't know how long you've been on the channel. I hope you've been on forever and you just caught a live stream. But if not, welcome. Very happy to have a friend from Russia. It's nice. Ryan's not made for Monstro. It's true. We have to shoot it at 7.5, 7 to 7.5. But I use my Lomos and, oh, nice. Thinking to made some add-ons for round Lomos so it will cover Monstro. Will you be interested? I think there's probably a lot of people that would be interested in that. I don't own a set of Orions myself, so I'm definitely one to share that love out there, but I'm not interested at this point in one. But yeah, that could be interesting. I don't know what it would do to the image though. I do like the image from the Orions. They're not super sharp, but they definitely have a good feel, and the price is absolutely right. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, we had to shoot the 25 millimeter anamorphic, which is not even available yet, and it's insanely wide. I mean, insanely wide. We were up on top in Vegas. I mean, and you could almost it was so wide, but we had to shoot it in 7K anamorphic mode on Monstro to get it to not vignette. There was one of the lenses too. I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think it's in the B set. You have to shoot it at 6.5, I think. Do you remember which one that is? I think it's one of the longer ones. I mean, there's not very many B sets out there, so. I do love the Monstro though. Monstro is a really nice sensor. I really like it, but I also love my Dragon. I still think Dragon is my second favorite sensor. Monstro is my favorite. But Dragon is just so pretty. So pretty. After add-ons, one Lomo will cost 15K but cover Monstro. Too much? Not necessarily, because Lomo has a nice look. A lot of people like Lomos. But a lot of people like to build the Lomos. The problem with the Lomos is they don't stay together. They tend to go, they get out of calibration really easily based upon my knowledge and my friends' knowledge, all of my colleagues that have shot with them as well. So I don't know. If you can keep a good set, I mean, they'll rent, that's for sure. Will they buy? Probably. But you got to find them. Let's see here. What else? And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. What have we been going for an hour? That's good. I'm feeling good. I'm definitely loving the live stream because I've kind of missed you guys. I have, not putting out videos. I feel so guilty. I mean, there's a lot of guilt every day. It kind of goes into it, and trying to balance everything, and the downward strokes. Honestly, that's funny, the downward strokes, because I spent time one day, and this was back in August, where I drew out. This is filmmaking life. So, job, no job. You're just kind of riding the mountain there. So that's, let's see, what else do I do on here? This is a drawing here for the quasars and two ring lights that I was going to mount on motion control and put it in the back of the forest, back in my forest, and then fog it all over, and then that was going to be a nice UFO that was going to rise up from back there. Let's see here. Those are all my jobs that I have. Oh yeah, drawing. Having a little fun drawing, sketching. I like to draw and dabble every now and then. Let's see here. Who's got questions? Or who has answers? And I have questions. Creative slumps. What does everybody do? I like to get out of town. That's a good one. I do need to get out of town, and that's definitely something after NAB. I am going to get out of town. I'm going to get a group together, and we're going to go camping in the middle of nowhere and get a ton of, just some footages and some like YouTubes and just all kinds of fun stuff, because it's a lot more fun with other people. It really is. When Bill, when I met up with him in South Carolina, it was a lot of fun. Just shooting with someone else. We had so many great discussions in the middle of the night, watching the fog roll through, and it was really cool. Yeah, it's good to do that kind of stuff. Let's see here. Let's see. That's all looking good. There's a lot of cool stuff in the world, like a filmmaking coming. I'm really excited for stuff that's coming. That's all I can say. But it wasn't going to be in a B-ish time frame, I don't believe, for a lot of this stuff. But I know a lot of manufacturers, they got some good stuff coming. Oh man, it's going to be good. Bill says late night. Oh yes, it was, dude. The forest that I went to, which was down past the dragon thing, that road that I drove, which is wild. When I was in that forest, I had this like perfect little isolated campsite right up against a beautiful little creek. Oh man, it was gorgeous. We need to go there and just shoot stock footage. That's amazing. And those elk were pretty good. I'm working on my elk footages right now. Tyler says, gotta go, talk soon. Yes, sir, absolutely. See you, buddy. Ooh, it's getting cool in here. Ooh, that heater I turned down, and it's the cool as outside, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Let's see, is this live chat? Yeah, I know YouTube has gotten rid of their a lot of their old stuff, that like the Creator Studios, all history. Bill says the Tail of the Dragon. Yeah, the Tail of the Dragon. Somewhere down there was some BLM land or something, national forest, And camping there was amazing. And it was at pretty high altitude, actually. I was up there. I was at 4,000 feet, I think. It was beautiful. Bill says, self-filming a documentary is the devil. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I can tell you. I can tell you. All right, who's got questions? Who's got answers? Who's got stuff they want to talk about? I cannot, Kaimov, I cannot share that at all. At some point, I will be able to. At some point, I cannot say anything more. All I know, all I can say is that I know for a fact of some really great stuff. And it will be coming soon. And all of you people are going to love it. All of you will. Let's see here. Let's see. Komodo is Komodo. I think the first round, the stormtroopers will be out in less than 10 weeks. I'm guessing. And I know the supply chain has been playing hell with them. And I think the cost of the stormtroopers is going to be a lot higher than the actual cost of Komodo, just because of where they're having to source everything. But like I say, in the next couple of weeks, we will know a lot more about supply chains and such. Hey, Kayamov, I really would love to know what filmmaking is like in Russia, like as a commercial DP. What are some interesting things in Russia that we don't think about here in the United States or overseas in like Europe, like some of my people on here? I'd love to know more about filming in Russia. I have so few Russian friends, so yeah, you're very intriguing to me. Ali says, seems a lot of guys moving away from Premiere. There's yeses and nos to that. So I tried like crazy to, I'm going to turn my fan down here because I'm freezing. I tried to completely immerse myself into Resolve and edit only on Resolve. And I can tell you the way Resolve works is a huge pain in the rear. I mean, it is not intuitive at all. And you know, it was that way when I first learned coloring in Resolve as well. But the editing is like not intuitive to a whole different level. And they say it's all for good reasons. But when I could form a time code on a clip or conform it from 60 to 24, I want it to be slow motion. I want there to be an easy way to do that. And it's a really pain in the rear to conform it in Resolve. Now, could I do it? Sure. Would it take me longer? Sure. Would I do as many cool things? No, I don't think so. I think it's harder to do cool things in Resolve. I think you can do it, but if it takes me a lot longer to do, I'm not going to do it. I mean, I can get around Premiere like this, and I'm going to do more tutorials for Premiere. That's coming. I'll talk about something else too. Apple here in just a minute. I'm still sticking with Premiere. Now, one thing is for sure, Premiere's color sucks. I will grade unless it's just a vlog or something, just something simple on the channel. I will grade 100% now in Resolve. I processed 300 clips of stock footage in the last couple of weeks. That's what I've been doing, is focusing on that. We'll talk about black box. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've gotten such fantastic color out of Resolve compared to Premiere. It's just not a question. So black box. So if any of y'all don't know black box, please reach out to me. If you're interested in stock footage and you're interested, there is an affiliate link that I can give you. I don't know what it does, honestly. I think I think I get like a small percentage of anything you sell. I don't know, honestly. So please take that with a grain of salt. It doesn't cost you anything, but Black Box is basically, they have 4 different stock sites that they submit to, but you submit your stuff through Black Box. Then they will do everything and put them on the others. And you only get, I mean, so like if like one of the like Pond 5 gives you 50% for your clip, Black Box will take like 15% of that, and then you get the remaining 35%. So, I mean, it does cut out some of the dollars, but you're able to widespread place it. So if you're interested in doing stock footage that way, reach out to me on Facebook or any place, message me, and I'll put a link to it. And if you just use my link, I honestly don't know what it'll do for me. But I mean, otherwise just sign up with blackbox.global. But Black Box has got some really strange people that go and they look at clips, and I'll give them credit. I mean, they have to look through so many clips, so it gets boring. But I've done a whole lot of tilt shift, and tilt shift it's a very unique lens. It's not fake tilt shift. Fake tilt shift looks funny in my book. But it's basically where it out of focuses everything, and you get a really narrow plane of focus, and it makes everything look tiny if you're at the right angle and you're the right distance away from it. So I submitted like 50 tilt shift videos to them that are really cool, and I guarantee that anybody that's looking for tilt shift video will use this. That it's good quality stuff. But every single video got denied for being out of focus or odd focus. And I'm like, you're kidding me. So I even posted in the Black Box forum, and it was denied. They wouldn't post it. I said, can someone please go and explain tilt shift to people so that they don't just flag it as being out of focus? It was intentional. Anyway, I appealed those, and I got like 90% of them through. It's weird. But if you're doing stock footage that way, yeah, do it that way. Kaimov says, Russian market is slow. People think about gear more. All think I need Airy Mini and Cook Anamorphic. Should think about story and atmosphere, but no, we get lost in Russian DPs. Well, that is not just a Russian thing, my friend. That is everywhere. And you know, I have definitely dealt with it myself, where, I mean, gear, and it really is story. Story is every story first, audio second, lighting third, gear fourth, for things that, well, and I guess acting has to go in there. Story first, acting second, audio third, lighting fourth, gear fifth. That's the way I put it. And I say that because if you have the best actor in the world, if the script sucks, it sucks. So story is number one. Then actors supporting that will make the film or break the film. Thirdly, if your audio sucks, it doesn't matter what it looks like. No one's going to pay attention to that movie. Then comes lighting. So your gear could suck, but if your lighting is spot on, beautiful. And then your gear comes fifth. Blocking is in there with the lighting too. Bill says you get 1% of sales, but it doesn't affect the percentage of the other person. Okay, so that's what the thing is. So if you submit to the Black Box, I'll get 1% of all your sales, but you'll still get the net of whatever it was minus Black Box is 15. So I guess they get 14 and I get 1%. Is what it is. Holly says, I feel stock footage money lies in seasonal niche content. I am not a huge success story in stock. Bill is. He does a lot more. But don't use his link. Use my link. He does much better with stock than I do. But I wasn't feeling a lot of love from it, so I didn't put a lot out there. But now I'm starting to feel it, and I have been like concentrating on it. And I've got 300 clips out there now. that are actually performing, they're starting to perform, so that's nice. And I probably have another 500 to process. So I do tend to agree, Ollie, that based upon what Bill shares with me, that I think it's not seasonal. Well, I mean, I guess it could be seasonal too, but I think it is finding the niche. Going out there and this is my fault too. Going out there and shooting, everybody's going to win. But use my link if you win with this. If you go out there and just shoot a waterfall, well, 7,000 people may have shot that waterfall. What about if you shoot a flag on a gravestone? Well, how many people have shot a flag on a gravestone? What if you shoot a flag on a row of gravestones? That kind of thing. That's really niche, but it might be that one piece of footage that no one has. What about a bricklayer? How many stock footages are there of bricklayers? And not just, they're building a wall or time-lapsing a wall, but, buttering up the brick. It's a niche. But what if you are a brick company? Well, then you want to show off applying bricks. Think about it. So it's about finding that niche, and it's definitely something, and I mean, there's a page here all dedicated to how to shoot stock smart. And it is honestly things that I learned from a whole bunch of other. Bill right here, he's good at this. So I learned from him. I have several friends who make thousands of dollars a month in stock footage, and I learned from them as well. Yeah. And at some point, I'm really serious about this. I am likely to create my own stock footage website to get out from all that other stuff. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I know it's not going to be as easy and as cheap as I'm already planning it to be, but I'm going to start with my own. And I have been posting on Instagram. So if you're not following me at Scott Balcom on Instagram, please do. I've been posting just the stock video. All of my clips that I have out there, I've just taken them and posting them to Instagram because I think it's a nice place for people to see it. And I've had several of the more professional stock and power players. They already reached out. And they're like, do this, do this, do this to try to get more stock. And they've already told me get rid of my watermark, so I screwed that one up. So I redid everything, but they're saying, it won't hurt. And I've already had 2 people reach out for stock clips. 2 people already. Because of these 9 posts on Instagram. So I think it does work. Bill says, find a niche definitely. I have a great niche in stills. And I know his niche, and I won't share his niche because it's not fair to Bill. But Bill's niche is pretty freaking unique, and it works really well. But it is really about finding something, watch the news, and find out what people are talking about, and then see if you can find a pattern in that, and then go shoot that. Yeah. Let's see. Always think of the stuff that is evergreen is what, yep, exactly. Just what kind of sales you could get if you had vid of people in medical masks. No kidding. Yeah, that's a niche right now. 1917 or Blade Runner. Okay. The original Blade Runner or the second one. I need that clarification before I can make that statement. What or how? I don't know what that one means. What or how? Yeah, I'm a huge 2. Okay. So, as far as cinematography and story, I'm gonna go ahead and give 1917 the edge. as far as lighting, blocking, and cinematography together, and look, I've got Blade Runner 2. I think the story on both of them is pretty good. I think 1917 is a better story. I like Blade Runner 2 a lot more than Blade Runner 1. I could not. I still today, I don't think I've ever, I think I did once, sat through Blade Runner 1 without like getting distracted and falling asleep or something. I think Blade Runner 2 was so strong in its lighting, in its cinematography. It was really, really artistic. Now, 1917 is far less about lighting and far more about cinematography, and you got to give it to Deakins. Deakins is just really pulling all the stops. Well, on both. Pulling the stops out of 1917 because it looks cool. And then did you say, Gerald? Oh, Gerald. A friend of mine created these patches called WWDD. So it's a takeoff of What Would Jesus Do, but it's What Would Deakins Do, and it has a picture of Deakins with a camera. And he was at the awards show where Deakins won, and he gave Deakins one of those patches. And he's got a photo with Deakins with the patch. It's kind of hilarious. And those patches are available. They're $10, and it's for a charity now. So I will get the link and put that down in the show notes if you're interested. But it's really cool. $10 patch. What would Deakins do? It's kind of funny. Now, Gerald, blasphemy. Original Blade Runner is a classic, and it looks great. And it from a practical, it's just strawberry. From a practical cinematography and modeling, it looks fantastic. But the story is really slow on the first one. I was just glad on the second one there was more story. Yeah. You heard 007, they've delayed it now. Now they're saying it's, production is not quite through because of fears of coronavirus, all that kind of stuff. I believe firmly, and it probably will come out here that this has been the case all along, and maybe I'm not saying anything that anybody else isn't thinking, but I believe firmly they're not going to release this movie until people aren't afraid of going out in public. Because think about it, if they release this movie and no one wants to go to a theater because they're afraid of being in the public with somebody who's sick, they're going to lose their shirts. So they can just hold on to it and wait and release it when it's ready, when the fears are all gone. And I believe that's going to be the case for a lot of them. And I read that Hollywood is going to suffer $5 billion this year. I personally believe, and this is only me talking, I believe that Iger left, or Eisner? Which one is Iger? Whichever one it is. The CEO of Disney, I believe that he left not because he just wants to spend more time with his family. I believe he's leaving on a high note. I believe that he knows that this year is going to be horrible for Disney stock. Theme parks are going to see a massive decline just in the scares. The movies are going to see a massive decline just because of the scares. A lot of stuff is that Marvel is basically ramping down. Star Wars is ramping down. They've spent a lot of money on the theme parks and attendance. It's going to be a bad year. So he leaves on a high note, and then it becomes someone else's problem. That's my theory. Zach says, hey, Scott, I absolutely love my Sony A7R II and the Sony FE50 1.8 lens, and the sensor is epic. I'm taking it to a hockey game tomorrow night. Excellent. If you're shooting 50, you're going to want to get up close or shoot in S35 mode. That's what I would do. Crop in, and that'll give you a turn it into a 70 millimeter, and it'll look great. But yeah, the nifty 50 can't be wrong with it. Ooh! I am off. Yeah. In Ford versus Ferrari, you don't see DP. Runner 2 is all about DP. Don't you think? Too much DP, good or too much? DP has to serve the story always. So you can go. So in Blade Runners, the DP, it's important for that DP to serve the story, and the story is futuristic, hazy, colorful, all that stuff. So I think that it served well in that. Ford versus Ferrari, fantastic movie. Everything about that movie was fantastic. That is, if you have not seen it, see it. It's so good. It's so well done, and it looks fantastic. And the DP served that story so well. Car shots when you need it, rolling shots when you need it, handheld when you need it, sticks when you need it, movement when you need it. The DP did a fantastic job on it. Fantastic story, fantastic movie. Go see that. Reach Films, where have you been, Scott? Yes. Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning. I've been in a massive creative slump. I've been trying to fill my time with stock footage and working on some other projects. It's been a tough situation for me. Everything is fine. Don't read into it, but just creatively, due to some other things, I've been in a massive creative slump, and it's cost me. So I'm going to try. We talked about it. I'm shooting this weekend. I'm going to try to vlog that and put out a vlog on shooting in a weird scenario. Kayamov says, in Russia, Solaris, you don't see DP. Still, it's future. See, I did not like Solaris. I was not a fan. Not at all. Now, I did like Passengers. I think the DP served it quite well in there. It's more futuristic for sure, but I thought Passengers was great. But Passengers did horrible because everybody kept thinking the same thing, that I can't spoil it, but the movie sucks because of one thing, and that one thing, it wasn't. Reach Film says, I got you, man. I've been there. Yeah, tell me, Reach, what do you do in a creative slump? How do you get out of it? What do you do? I sit every morning, and I was talking about that. I've got all these ideas that I've written down in here of things to do, to shoot. But when time comes to shoot them, I'm lost in a rut. I'm lost, and it stinks. Ollie says, we've all been there, Scott. Key is to stay busy no matter what I found, even if it means spec work. It's true. My real problem lately, and I was just talking about this with my wife, I need to collaborate with some folks. Any of you guys want to be interviewed? I'd love to chat. Interview Kayamov too. Kayamov would be a fun interview. I don't know a whole lot about you, but already it might be a fun interview. But I'd love to interview some folks and get some more outward interaction. Plus, me being here, when I'm just sitting here, this is why I don't like editing a lot, is because I'm stuck at home and I never get to go out and see anything. And I don't like that. I tend to consume in my spare time here, consume YouTubes, consume movies and TV. Seinfeld, such a great show. So I need to get out, and I would love anybody that's in Texas that wants to collaborate on anything. Let's collaborate on anything. I have a lot more fun on that. I needs that. I needs that a lot. Reach says, when I'm in a creative slump, I try and make quick docs and work with other locals. See? You just said the two things that I need to do. Bill says, Zach, do you have a 7200 50? Bill would be tough for hockey. He does not. He has a 50 only. So he's going to be shooting 4K, punched in at Super 35, and then I would digital zoom that. That's the bestest. Oh, he does have another. Don't you have another lens? I think he does. I think he has a little telephoto. Ooh, I just moved my. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Why is it cold in here? Oh, it must be getting cold outside. That's probably. I wonder what the temperature is out there. Watch, it'll be like 70. Let's see. The temperature outside is. No, refresh that. It's 72.3. But it's dry. Think to use only real lights on next film. Get most places on streets or dark or indoors. You mean practical lights? I agree with that. I also like using the sun a lot. Who was that? Somebody, it was the guy in Miami. I can't think of his channel. I apologize, guy in Miami. He was doing a shoot. And it was he was doing it to make fun of Potato Jet. Pretty sure it was. But he lit everything from the outside. It was kind of cool, all with the sun. It looked really good. Reach says, I'm heading to Atlanta next week. Again, glad to get some cold weather. It is the high 80s here in South Florida. It is 72 here. That's why I don't want to click on something here. Let's see. Zach says, well, the arena hinders the length to below 80 millimeters detachable. That's interesting. Best small zoom on Monstro. Small zoom on Monstro. What focal length? Wow. Small zoom on Monstro. No, Bill, you come to Texas. 50 to 120. Monstro. Huh. That's a tough one. Reach says, I'm in Komodo fever, didn't realize it was so cheap. Oh, yeah. It's going to be epic. Super epic. Gosh, that came off. That is tough. Yeah, because that's not a common telephoto. I was 70 to 200. There's a lot, and I do like the airy. The Zeiss Zeiss 70 to 200. Which one is that? That one is really nice. The Agenu makes a really nice one. The affordable one, not the expensive one. I mean, that one is nice too. But full frame though. See, I'm always going to my stills glass, the 70 to 200 Canon. That thing is so sharp and so fast. I love it, but it's still, so yeah. Rogue Memes. Hi. Hello, Rogue Memes. Ollie, get ready, buddy. Get ready. I'm feeling it. What do you think, Kaimov? What are some good? I mean, I know like Takeda makes a really cool 50 to 135, but it's not full frame. It's not a Vista either, so it's a little bit lesser glass. Zooms. All right, buddy. Bye-bye. Oh, Ollie, you're so fast, my friend. You have earned it. I was going to click it. Ollie, you were on the ball. And Rogue, come on, man. One time in my life. Let's see. Gerald says, love my 70-200, even use it on Sony buys. Yeah, it is a workhorse. Reach says, what do you think the best adapter will be for ARP to EF when Komodo comes out? The one made by, the one The one from Canon with the ND built into it. That is so cool. Looking for something like 30 to 80 on Super 35, but nothing. Well, and there's a lot of reason on that. So we talked about this. So going from the wide to telephoto, you're converting from native to wide and native to telephoto, and then you're having to do both. And there is really not a lens out there that that can do that really well, because you're putting so many elements in there that it's kind of bad. I do not like Canon. Theirs are the stills. The Zeiss 28 to 70 is pretty clean, and it's a 2.8 throughout. That's a 28 to 70, I believe. What is that? It's not the Allura. That's it's a tough lens to make. Ingenue makes a really good one. Don't they make a 40 to, what is it? Let's see here. The Sigma is 50 to 100, and it breathes so much. Let's see. Let me retrain my brain. Cinema zooms. See if anything sparks my remembrances. I know the old Cook T31 20 to 100. It's a heavy lens, but it's beautiful. It has some great looks to it. Let's see here. Ingenue 30, the 30 to 90, it's Super 35. That one's good. The 12 to 120, I didn't like that much. The Canon 30 to 300, the Zeiss, that one's not for. Ingenue 28 to 80, that one doesn't fit, I don't think. No, Fujinon. The Fujinon. Now that one, the 19 to 90, that one is, this one is the 20 to 120, that's not it. But the 19 to 90, if you've not shot with that one, oh man, is it gorgeous. But it is Super 35. But it works so well with Monstro. So beautiful. No. I'm still testing the Laowa Cinema, the OOM out of our minds. I've got a review coming on that one soon. What is the Zeiss one? That one right there. What is that? This is the one I'm thinking of. It's really a crispy shot. Oh, come on. I don't need a pop-up. Yes, I agree to your cookies. My gosh. Really? You're not even going to show it to me? Really? Cinematography. No. Yes, that one. No. Really? Oh, I know where I can go. Let's go to Duclos lenses. They always have a selection here. Let's see here. Duclos, that'll get me going here. Let's see here. Menu, lenses. Ali says, haha, need one for handheld. One lens, one film. Gosh, that's tough. That is really tough, man. Because you need to go wide. Yeah. Man, that is let's see here. That's featured. I want featured. I want, okay, here we go. Let's go to try handheld. Well, can you hold the Fujinon? I mean, honestly, which one is it? It is the, it's the, I don't even have it on here. It's the Fujinon 19 to 90 is the, where's it? Did you quit doing that? Lenses. Cook. Ari, no. Iris, no. Rokinon, no. Schneider, no. Sigma, no. Takina's got the 50 to 135, but it's great. It's just not, it's not, I mean, yeah, you could do that, but I don't know if you can get one. Zeiss, Phaedra, Takina, Cook, Canon, Ari. Is it raining? Yeah, I don't know, my friend. That is a tough one to do. Yeah, 19 to 90 S35. Yes. It's the, isn't it the Cabrio? Is it Need for Yeah, you would have to go. Oh, so you're saying you want to shoot Monstro in 8K? Ooh. I don't know. Phil, are you by chance on the chat in quiet? Can you chime in if you could, sir? I know Phil likes to ghost down there, which is, he doesn't want all the attention. I get it, because everybody would be on Phil, and Phil's LUTs, by the way. If you want those, Phil. Can't remember the name of it. But Phil Holland's LUTs, definitely get those. I'm looking to get in the Red Pro 17 to 50 T29. It looks awesome. It is nice, but it is only Super 35. So keep that in mind, Zach. And it's PL only. Yeah. Ollie says, Scott, what's your R3D workflow for Premiere? Oh, my workflow is quite simple, my friend. Import footage, work with it natively on the timeline. I do not transcode at all. I don't work with proxies. I would tell you, get a solid editing computer. And as soon as the SDK for Red debarring is implemented in Premiere, it will have no problems playing with it. The worst case will come if I'm doing a 4K timeline. I've got 6K footage or 8K footage in there, and I have multiple clips stacked on top of each other. I might drop down to a half or a quarter on my playback, but I have no problems at all editing R3D in Premiere, but it's PC. Kaimo says, I have his LUTs. Ah, yes, they're so good. The life of me, I can't remember the name of it. They're not Phil's LUTs. They're color film, whatever it is. Killer, sorry. Kevin says, I did buy Phil's MIDI filter case. Oh, did you get it on sale? I saw it was on sale. Yeah, Kaimov, I will think on that. I really will, because it's going to bother me for the next... Well, it's going to bother me until I can come up with some solutions for you. Because it's just not... it's such a narrow range that I've just not shot with anything like that. I can't think of anything offhand. But I mean, look at isn't the Zeiss 28 to 80? It's huge lens, but isn't that one full frame? I'm pretty sure it is. Film color, thank you. Oh, R3 is coming really soon, really soon, really soon. I'm pretty sure that Zeiss is full frame. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, film color. I missed his pun. Okay. Oh, you dislike Zeiss. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I got nothing for you, man. Well, I mean, see, I don't think any of the ingenue is. I don't think any of it is full frame either. I think it's all Super 35. Need a Lomo look. Ooh, wow, you're really up there. Oh, different. Did I say Bill? I don't remember. I may have spurred your memory there, Bill. It wasn't a question directly towards you. Okay. Let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else. I'm going to be wrapping this one up here in the next few minutes. I do want to say also, remember the Blue Shape. If you are interested in a significant discount in Blue Shape batteries, reach out to me. You can reach out to my films@imaginationx.com. I can't disclose what the discount is on here, but it is significant. Several people have already gotten the discount and are very pleased. Kevin, I don't know if you got yours yet. If you did, don't say the discount, but let everybody know if you've got them or not. But I will let you know it's 21st century, what is it called? The 22nd century. I forget what I've named it. I named it something, but nevertheless, it is a, whatever I named it. Just email me, films@imaginationx.com, and I'll get you the details on it. I don't make any money on it. It's not even an affiliate. I told them I don't want it. So just reach out. Not on sale when I bought it. Kaimo says, thanks for your time. Absolutely, man. Thanks for coming in and joining. I hope you come back many, many more times. Good conversation. Reach Film says, by the way, if I was a betting man, NAB will cancel. I don't think it's going to cancel. I don't think so. It's possible. I mean, I think it's 50-50 really much at this point. Let's see. Also, yeah, if you want to donate to me, help me out. PayPal, Patreon, links are down below, or you can just throw a super chat in here. It's all good. What else was there I was going to say? I'm going to stop asking for the money in the videos. So live streams at the end is about all you'll hear. So hopefully you guys will all appreciate that I'm not begging anymore. What else was there? There was something else I was going to talk about. Oh, well. Yep. Okay, so Kevin did get the Blue Shape. He loves them. Perfect. Good. Yeah, so as always, if you have any questions or comments, put them down below. Try to read and respond to each and every single one of them. Remember to subscribe and thumbs up, and share this channel if you like it. I really appreciate it. It's been growing a lot lately, which has also been weird. I've been gaining so many subscribers and I haven't put out a video. I'm scared to death if I put out a video, it's going to kill my subscribers. So I don't know. But definitely subscribe to this channel. Share it with everybody. Let's grow this channel. I love it. I really love all you guys. You guys are amazing and always good in conversation and helping me have good conversation. And as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions. Thanks all. Oh, I misspelled that. Bye. Oh, wow. Boo all. All right, y'all all be good. Bye.